What is up, guys? Back with another video. We got the 911 with the decal coming in hot. 911 Carrera, baby. 997. No, 991. I'm forgetting my 99s. Is that a 99? Yeah, that's a 991. Man, oh man. Sitting pretty on the streets. I'm about to hit up the Starbucks and get my Pike Place with cream and 3 stevia. Check out the license plate. He's got the Hugh. He's got the Hugh. Hugh. Hi, can I have a Grande Pike Place with cream and 3 stevia?
Grande Pike. Anything else I can get you?
That's it.
I'll see you up front.
Thank you. Brand new day. What are you guys up to? Anything new? Little update. The X7's getting finished up. My buddy Vito's wrapping it, matte black. It looks good. I'll throw a video up on the screen. All right, I'm back at the house. Which 911 should we take? The 992 or the 993? Man, I gotta be honest. I do like the stance. I like the rear wheel and the rear fender. What's up, guys? I'm back. It's Jason Bourne. I'm in London. I'm trying to get back to the psych. I wanted to show you guys this backyard. Check out this backyard, guys. Tell me if you'd live here. Would you guys live here? There's a pool. There's the pool. Now look, come down here. I've been on this real estate stuff lately. But look down here, guys. There's the water. This tree, guys. It's like Horton Hears a Who. All right, back to the 911. I got my laptop. Oh boy, stock market. We're getting crushed. We are getting crushed. Tears of a clown. Today, the stock account dropped by 15K. And I think overall the account's down 48,000. But I just keep my little system and my little process, and I just keep stacking. I like holding my core in SCHD. The SCHD is holding strong. SCHD for me is still in the green. But I like to have my little 10, 20% in high risk gambles just to keep life fun. But if you guys invest and you see times like this where the market starts turning and things are going down, and a lot of times people, they shell up and they get worried and they sell and they do a lot of stuff out of emotion. You got to go back to, like I said before in other past videos, treat it like it's a system, like a process, and just do the same thing you always do. If you have certain stocks you like to buy or ETFs that you buy and you have conviction, just keep dollar cost averaging, because now's the time you want to buy more. If you liked something before, now it's on sale and you don't like it anymore, it doesn't make sense. Then you shouldn't have it at all. The stock account's at 1,405,000, and crypto's at, I don't know what crypto's at. I'm gonna pop it up. Crypto's at 134,000. It dropped 20,000 in the past 7 days. We're surfing the waves up and down. But right now we are on a monster Jaws wave, about to hit the coral reef. Just got to keep paddling. That's a nice color Audi. That looks good. e-tron. Man, I got to be honest, I'm proud of my SCHD. It's holding up nicely. VOO's dropping, VGT's dropping, Quantum's dropping, Microsoft's dropping, Nvidia's dropping. SCHD just chugging along. That's what I was saying in past videos. I was saying that, I mean, this is not financial advice. I'm just saying that I'm just proud of it in the current market conditions. It's doing its thing. Just chugging right along like a boring little ETF. That's what I was saying though in past videos, that in 2022, when the market dropped by 18%, VGT dropped by 31%, and SCHD dropped by 3%. So SCHD, granted, I know in a bull market they're going to outperform, but that's why I like it. It has a low beta, 0.86, so it's not as volatile. It's not as exciting, but if you're like me, and you just want to have a little safety net and stack that cash and let the income compound, dividends have increased every year for 13 years. But again, it's just boring blue chip companies, large market caps, good balance sheets, a lot of free cash flow, good return on equity, certain dividend yield. But I do have to say, SCHD's top 10 holdings, I think most of the ETF is weighted from the top, the top 4 or 5. I have to look again, I forget. Well, one of them's Verizon. That's one of the ones that Verizon boosts the yield a lot. It does. It helps boost the yield. But Verizon's one of those ones I'm just kind of like, I don't know what's going on with Verizon. Doesn't it feel like, when you guys think of Verizon, what do you think of? You know how Verizon used to dominate? Verizon used to dominate. I've always had T-Mobile, actually. Oh, I'm getting blasted with the smoke. He put the smoke on me and burnt out. Now I'm stuck behind the Massachusetts with the taped windshield wiper. So Verizon, you know, they used to dominate. But you know how you don't really know what's going on with Verizon? When I saw that Sprint hired the Verizon guy, I'm like, oh, that's cold. Did you guys see that? I gotta be careful. There's a motorcycle next to me. I want him to go past me. I see you, buddy. I'm watching out for the motorcyclists. What do you guys like to invest in? Leave some comments. I love when you guys leave me comments on what you invest in. I love it. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be something I'm into. Literally, leave some comments, dude. I love seeing what you guys invest in. Sometimes it opens up my third eye, and I get all, I'm like, what is this? I'm like, oh, I gotta check this out. What's this dude into? If you guys are new to the channel, my portfolio is pretty boring. It's like 80% SCHD, and then 20% my Hail Mary gambling go long. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it'll hurt to lose that money, but it's not going to kill me. So my Hail Mary 100-bagger chasers are, when I say 100-baggers, I'm looking for that 100X. They're Rigetti, IonQ, D-Wave, and Enovix, ENVX. Pinterest. If you guys are into online advertising, I think Pinterest is a sleeping giant. And I'm not just saying that like some guy like randomly, like, you should buy Pinterest. I looked it up online. My daughter uses it. Now, I use it. I spend thousands of dollars a day on it, advertising as a brand on the internet. So I think people are sleeping on it. And do you guys remember when Facebook stock was like $120 a share and the market cap was suppressed and the PE ratio was considered really low for Facebook and everybody was sleeping on it? Do you guys remember? Well, when it started climbing and all that revenue started drastically going up and it was all this good news one after another, is when they transitioned from talking about their virtual reality stuff to focusing on customers checking out on the platform and becoming a marketplace. Before, people could window shop, but now the store is open and you're checking out and you're giving the money to Facebook. And when that happened, that's when things really climbed. Well, Pinterest has that same thing in beta. So checking out on Pinterest. Pinterest was a window shopping website. You would go and you would look, you'd click on something and go to a dead link, or it wouldn't match with what you wanted to buy because the pin was so old and the listing had changed or the URL changed. Well, now that's not going to be the case because they're using Conversion API. So they're feeding Shopify products and other merchants. Amazon's partnered with them, and they're feeding the products in. So when you click on a pin, you're getting the real world URL live in action. So you're no longer window shopping. The store is open and they want to take your money. So that's why I have Pinterest. People are sleeping on their AI too. Taste graph. Big things coming, I think. So I'm stacking that Pinterest right now. I've got about 50-some thousand in Pinterest stock. This is not financial advice, by the way. I'm just saying what I'm into. Because I asked you guys, what do you guys like to invest in? And then I have 100 and some thousand in crypto. And that is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, Chainlink, XRP, XLM, a little Ondo Finance, and I can't remember what else. I barely even look at the crypto. The crypto's dropping so hard all the time, like the quantum. But one thing I've learned is when something is just because it's not the season, it's just not the season right now. Like this little moment, it's not the season. You don't take your jacket off. I'm trying to make sense of that analogy. That doesn't even make sense. You get what I'm saying though. Like, you want it to be summer. You want it to be summer. It's not. Don't take your jacket off. Keep your jacket on. Hunker down. Before you know it, it'll be summer. There you go. I made sense of it somehow. You get what I'm trying to get at. You got to really be asking yourself, do you want to even listen to this guy? Am I even making any sense? Man, shout out to everybody who's subscribed to the channel. You guys are awesome. And all the people that are watching that aren't subscribed, let me get a subscription. Come on. Let a brother get a subscription. Come on, throw me a bone. Let me get something. It's just a click, a little click. And notifications aren't even turned on. I'm not even going to be bothering you. You're not going to even know when I posted a video. You'll just remember, like, oh yeah, that guy. Like, subscribe just to see if the Pinterest stock goes to zero and I lose all my money. Just do it for that reason. Let me get a subscription. You've already watched me lose my quantum money. Why don't you subscribe and you go watch me lose my Pinterest money? You already watched me lose the crypto. Dude, shout out to Elevate Fashions on Instagram. He hit me up. He's like, man, I want to make you a shirt or a hoodie dialed in. I'm like, you're the man, dude. I told him, you don't have to do that. He's like, no, I want to. He's like, I want to do it. Check out Elevate Fashions _ no space, just Elevate Fashions _ is his page. Guys, go support him, go subscribe, go buy some custom apparel. He can make you anything. He's about to send me a dialed in hoodie. Shout out to you, dude. I appreciate it. You're the man. You know, it's a good lesson to learn, like Elevate Fashions or Young Enterprise, or I had other guys reach out to me for free stuff. Sorry if I don't remember the name. But you provide something for free to somebody for something that you think they want or need. And then they're not obligated to give you anything, but they want to out of their heart, out of the kindness of their heart, because they appreciated the kindness. You know, it is good. That's what we try to do in our business. Go above and beyond, provide immense value without asking for a lot in return. And then you create a lot of raving fans. I'm a fan of those guys, you know what I mean? Because they try to like help me out. Like, think about it. If you're down and out right now and you don't have a job and you don't know what to do and you're stuck, man, maybe go try to find like a company somewhere and say, a lot of the times the people are freaked out when people come to them like that because they're just not used to it. But you could try to go to somebody that owns a business or even a store, you know, and say, I'm an inspiring entrepreneur and I really, really want to learn underneath you. I will not bother you or be a burden to you, but I'd love if you could give me tasks, and if I complete them in a timely manner and to your liking, you could elevate the complexity of the tasks, and maybe I could learn along the way, and I'll do it for free. And then before you know it, the guy, you're doing all kinds of stuff for him. You're his right-hand man, and then he's like, man, let me get you on the payroll, dude. You're like, I need you around here. You're doing so much. I'm talking about some Pursuit of Happiness, Will Smith movie type stuff. It doesn't happen in real life. It sounds so easy to say it, but it would be so cool if something like that really happened. It went down. That'd be an awesome story. Like, who wants to make me some thumbnails for free? Hit me up on Instagram. Give me some free thumbnails. Thumbnail competition. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome, dude. That would be so cool. If you guys... What do you guys think of the last two thumbnails? You like them? Or do you think it's too clickbaity? I don't like being clickbaity. That's why I don't use thumbnails. But then I was like, let me try it. I just want to see if the click-through rate, or I want to see if the retention's really bad. I just want to see how it goes. If the videos, if the first 30 seconds, like if you guys go to content, or you go to analytics in YouTube Studio, and then you can actually see which videos have the best retention. You can see what's the average viewing time before they bounce. I would love to do a thumbnail competition if anybody would be interested. And I'm not just trying to get free thumbnails. I think it would be pretty cool because you could get like a name for yourself as a thumbnail creator. So let's say for example, we post, I'll do like shorter videos. Like maybe I'll do like 5-minute videos. So in the beginning of both videos, we'll just do 2 at a time, like A/B test it. We'll launch 2 videos. We'll do each one will have a thumbnail. I'll upload them at the same time, the same date, and then we'll do a poll. Oh no, we didn't even have to do that. You guys make the thumbnails. I'll find 2 people that want to compete. 5 people, however many people want to compete. We'll upload the images on the YouTube dashboard, like the feed. You know how you guys have the dashboard feed where I do polls and stuff? I'll post the 2 images. I'll say image 1, image 2, and then after that I'll put a poll and we'll vote which one's the best for this video. And then you guys are like number, and then that'll kill off that one. And then the next person will vote against that person. Process of elimination until you have the winner. And that guy will be the beast thumbnail designer. Everybody will know who he is because I'll be like, he made the thumbnail, he beat everybody out. And then along the way, everybody that competes to get to that point I'll be talking about you guys too. I'll be like, shout out to blah, 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 who made this thumbnail. But before we make the thumbnail, everybody will be making a thumbnail for the same video. And it'll be a video that already exists on the channel. So you guys can watch the video. You come up with not just the thumbnail. You come up with the words that are supposed to be in the thumbnail, like whatever you think will be like our best pertaining to that video. Let's do this, dude. I'm gonna put it on the dashboard. I'm gonna spell this all out on the dashboard. And I'm gonna ask anybody who wants to do it, take part. See, it's fun to optimize stuff. Like, you guys want to know a little trick that I do on Facebook ads? So I have 2 girls that monitor our Facebook ads all day long. All they do is monitor comments, and then I do it too because I'm so obsessive. So you guys, I'm in there like all day long on my phone, just looking at comments, answering customers, and checking if they're answering. But what I told them was, hey, when you respond to a customer, respond, but also put the link to the website in the response, even if it's just a basic question, like just anything. And also put an image of another product that's on the site. And I found that like 9 times out of 10, they always write like, oh, I love that. Is that available? Or what's that? And you put a link to it. So you just respond and you don't talk about the product or anything. You just put a picture with the response just to create curiosity. And then people that scroll through and read the comments, they're constantly seeing products too. Like a shopping feed. That's what's so fun about e-commerce. There's no rules. Like, you guys want to know what I've been working on today? I've been working actually for like hours with my laptop. You know what I've been working on? I went in and I figured out that in Google, half of the products, well, I figured this out with help from Google Ads Manager. I'm taking all the credit. But I was working on it today with the G-Tag team. Shout out to the G-Tag team. They got some good names at Google. The G-Tag team. Dude, if I was working at Google, I'd be rolling around with a chain on. I have that on my license plate. G-Tag team. Like the money team. It'd be GTT. People are like, what is that? It's the G-Tag team, baby. So when you have products that show in Google Shopping, like for Performance Max campaigns, or even just regular old school Google Shopping campaigns, what happens is Google will start to optimize for ROAS. They want you to get the best return on your ad spend. So they'll start to show the same products over and over and over. And they won't really go out and explore your other products that are in your Google Merchant Center content API feed. So they'll show the same ones over and over and over. And what will happen is you'll end up having what they like to call zombie products. And these zombie products are there. They could be winners. They could be best sellers. But you never know because they never get a chance. The money never gets allocated to them. So what you do is you create a custom label. So you go into your Google Merchant Center, you go to products, you sort them with a filter, visibility, public, store, online, unless you're a local retail. You filter it out, and then what you do is clicks equal to 0. So they've had 0 clicks. Once you have them, you select all of them, and then you click edit, you click custom labels, and you make it like custom label 0. You can put a bunch of things in custom label 0, but you do custom label 0 and you name it zombie. Now you go back into your PMax or your shopping campaign and you go to the little pencil that's next to the PMAX campaign. You click it. You click on assets. You click on listing groups. And then inside of listing groups, you're going to see your custom labels or your product types, whatever products you selected. You can click product type, drop down, click custom label, click custom label 0 or whatever one you made the zombie product, and then you populate that into the campaign. So now they're going to only show those products. Or if you want, they'll show them with your other ones. But it's fun, this kind of stuff. You know, these are things that other people think like, oh, where I need to find the best product and I need to do this and that and that. There's a lot more involved with this stuff when it comes down, if you want to really scale big time, play with the big dogs, there is a lot involved. And I'm not saying I'm one of the big dogs. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to be in the arena with those guys. I'm like outside the arena trying to scalp tickets, buy tickets from scalpers. I mean, but they won't let me in. So I got to figure out where the catwalk is and climb the ladder and come in the back door. And then when I'm up on stage, they're going to be like, who's this guy? And they're like, wait a second. We counted him out. Next thing you know, I'm like, give me the mic. Give me the mic. There are no rules in e-commerce. You don't have to be from a certain neighborhood. You don't have to have a diploma on your wall. You don't have to have a certain parent. None of that. No rules. Nobody knows what you're going to do, what you're doing next. Keep them guessing. Copyrighted. Check out that F-250. Funny how the world works, isn't it? I was on here saying to you guys earlier, same video I think, I was saying just a couple hours ago, man, my SCHD is holding up, isn't it? Isn't the SCHD's holding up? And then you get hit, and everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. It's a Mike Tyson quote. No, so the market is confused. So today is, I don't know when this video is going to post, but today is February 27th, and tomorrow the Fed, 8:30 a.m., is going to release the PCE data. So we're going to find out a little bit about inflation. So we'll see what happens. I think people are just a little bit on edge. A lot of the news is about tariffs. So people are scared of the tariffs, what it'll do to the economy. One thing I feel like I've learned, though, over all these years of investing, never get out of the market. No matter what the news headline is, no matter what's going on, don't get out. I like watching videos of Warren Buffett and Peter Lynch when there's like moments like this where you see your account. Like today, my account dropped by $38,000. So 2 used Toyota Camrys just disappeared out of the bank account. That's why it's so important when you invest to make sure you buy things you have conviction in, and make sure you buy things that you know the story of and you know why you bought it. Like Peter Lynch says, like, if you bought a stock at 16 and it goes to 14, it goes to 9, what are you going to do when it goes to 6? You're going to walk around the block? You're going to flip a coin? Like, what are you going to do? Do you know why you bought it? That's one of the reasons why I have such a small amount of crypto, because I don't have conviction when a lot of the stuff plummets. I do on certain ones, like certain projects like Chainlink, where I truly understand they're taking like Web 2 data and bringing it onto Web 3, and they're working with Swift, and you know, and there's a lot of like, you know the story, you know what they are. That's why I have my core holdings in SCHD. It's so boring, but it's large cap companies, 103 of them, that have really good balance sheets, and they pay a good dividend, and they raise them annually. That's the only reason I have it. Low beta, 0.86, and a lower drawdown. Because the way my mind is, it's so hard for me to stay invested if I have all my money in VGT, or I love those ETFs. They're so powerful over the long run. They've crushed everything. It's like QQQ. You look at the annual rate of return, man, they kill it. But it's hard for me to stay with it when I have massive, massive declines. Actually, who am I kidding? I had bigger declines today than I would have if I was in VGT, because I have all that quantum. So, to be dead honest, I don't even make sense sometimes, but you get what I'm saying. most of my money's in SCHD, but having that chunk of Hail Mary, go long, go big or go home, I think overall I probably do have bigger drawdowns and a higher beta than if I had SCHD and VGT 50-50. But it could also mean a lot bigger gains in the future. We'll see. Who knows? But I have no idea how all this will play out. This may not age well, or it might. I have no clue. But hey, I'm putting it out there because I'm just sharing what I'm doing, and it's just fun. I know I've referenced Peter Lynch. I talk about him sometimes in videos. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he ran the Magellan Fund with Fidelity, and he ran it for 13 years. He took it from 18 million to 14 billion in 13 years. He averaged 29% return a year. He retired at 46. He just rolled out. He's like handed him the fund over. Here you go. It was 18 million when I got it. It's 14 billion now. It's like Warren Buffett said, you got to think value, not price. It's like we're always looking at price, and you're thinking that it's going to return to the numbers that you've seen. It's not always the case. You really need to look at value. Again, that's why I don't have a ton of crypto, because it's very hard to analyze the intrinsic value of some of these cryptocurrencies. Because what assets do they have? What income do they produce? Just another reason why I'm holding SCHD, baby. I like it. I've had a lot of comments, people saying I'm brand new to investing. I have no clue what I'm doing. I've made other videos in the past, but could be buried in the middle of a video and you didn't see it, so sometimes I'll just mention this stuff again. But if you're brand new to investing and you don't even know where to start, you should open up a Roth IRA. The reason I refer to the Roth IRA is because it's like a foundation. It's a start. I call it the if nothing else goes right, backup plan. Now, the Roth might not be right for some people. That would be someone that's a real high income producer. They don't get the tax benefit unless they create a traditional IRA and create a backdoor Roth. They can do that. Another one could be someone that the other person that might not be good for is if you're in your peak earning years, like you're a very high earner and so for example, when you contribute to a Roth, you pay taxes before you put the money in, and then it grows tax-free. When you pull the money out, you don't pay tax on it. But for example, I'm in a 37% tax bracket. So it would be more beneficial. I don't think I get the traditional IRA benefit either because of my income. But what I'm getting at is a traditional IRA, you can invest in contribute to a traditional IRA, and you have a tax deduction for your contribution, and you pay tax on the money when you're in retirement. So if I'm a peak earner, like a high earner right now, the chances are I'm going to be in a much lower tax bracket when I'm living off my SCHD. For example, like SCHD is a qualified dividend. So the dividend is taxed at anywhere from 0 to 20%. If I'm retired, but I'm still have a business and I'm like, I'm still getting income from the business. I'm not doing anything, but I'm like, I have, people running the business, and I'm still in a 37% tax bracket. My SCHD income is going to be taxed at 20%, my dividend. But if I have no business, nothing, and I'm literally just living off SCHD, depending on how much income I'm getting from SCHD, I could even be in a 0 tax bracket if I'm only getting like a small portion from SCHD, and maybe I don't even take Social Security. I'm just saying hypothetically. But if you're like have a moderate income from your SCHD or treasuries or bonds or whatever your allocation is, and it's not bonds or treasuries, so they're not qualified. But if you're living off qualified dividends, that's why it's important for you guys to understand this stuff, because people buy JEPI and JEPQ and QYLD and all these other things and yield max and all this stuff, but they don't factor in the yield after tax, and they don't factor in the fact that the yield doesn't grow. So that's something you guys really need to look at, because JEPI, JEPQ, XYLD, QYLD, RYLD, all these yield max ones, all these other ones, they don't have a qualified dividend. It's taxed at ordinary income, and the yield does not grow. And a lot of these have NAV erosion, so your principal actually disappears over time. And a lot of those are leveraged products. So you might not see any kind of massive volatility, but there are going to be times in different market conditions where they might not be able to produce the yield without eroding the principal. So these are things to think about, but I'm getting off topic. So the newbie, I would open a Roth IRA. The reason is because if you're probably in your lower income producing years, you can max it out $7,000 a year. You might not have that much to invest, so it's a way that you can put money away. $7,000 a year. If you can do this for the first early years, like first 5 to 10 early years of your life, even if that money just sits and compounds until you're 65, that's your backup. That's your nothing in my life worked out, but I got something to lean back on, fall back on. That's why I always tell people to have the Roth. But before that, I would make a small emergency fund and I would pay off any debt. Any higher interest rate debt. I mean, if you have a mortgage and it's like you got some great rate, I wouldn't worry about it. I would focus on investing. If you have, basically think about it. If you're going to get an 8% return annually in the S&P 500, but you're paying 19% on your credit card, what do you think you should pay? What do you think you should do? Invest or pay off the 19%? It's called the spread. So you're going to pay 11% more to the credit card, but you're only getting 8%. You're going to be minus 11%. So you have to make sure you pay off high interest rate debt. All right, guys, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next video. Let's go.
Woo. This is light work. Come on, spill the tea. Yeah. Ooh. All right. Woo. This is light work.